Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, God, for a new day. Bless everyone under the sound of my voice. Quick reminder, this is not financial advice. I'm just a bear sharing how I see the markets. Always do your DD and manage your own risks. And let's dive in. Good morning, everyone. I haven't made any trades today. Woke up not too long ago, but 7 o'clock news is starting to roll out right now. Yeah, so let's see if anything interesting comes out. I have MSOX pulled up because I swung it, held overnight, seeing if it would tank today. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second, but yeah, let's see what's going on in the market today. I got my top gainers pulled up, so not really seeing much yet, but now here's the news. Obviously, you can hear the news piling in now. I'm not seeing anything super interesting yet. GEVO tank though. XFOR is getting a little pop, but again, like it's a baby pop, like 20%. Okay,
XFOR.
Yeah, it's starting to make a move now. So it's only up about 30%, but I think we'll have to live with 30% gainers the short term. So I just entered XFOR. XFOR. Entry 189. Getting some more locates just in case it wants to keep running. Look like it's flushing, so let's see. We just got a message from Steven. He's in Zoom, so I guess Steven will be able to join us a little bit today. So I have another entry at 189. It's probably gonna get hit, and 194. And let me, in the meantime, I'm pulling up Zoom. And if y'all are leaving comments, I do not see them yet. What was the news on XFOR before I pull up Zoom? XFOR. Good, this thing's flushing. I'm coming, Steven. Let's see. I'll be there. Pulling it up now. Went ahead and took some profits at $1.77 and got my re-entry at $1.89. Wanted to see if it was just going to flush cleanly, but I don't think so. So went ahead and scalped it, took some profit. Even though I think it still could flush, but let's see. Does I have a meeting currently in progress? Okay, I got Zoom up. Is Steven in the chat? No. Good morning, everyone. Feel good. I got filled again. So I'm back in my 2,000 shares. Played it the first time to Steven's telling me to send the link. So give us just a second. Steven will be on. Is anything else moving besides this one? I'd love to see it just flush right here. Probably should be taking profits again, but yo, you in?
Yeah. I have not been trading, like, I guess not, I wouldn't say not good, but I just haven't had a lot of opportunity today.
Yeah, I'm a little annoyed at myself with this one. I've already scalped it once, but I should have took profit again. I was banking on a flush, and I was trying to do all the Zoom crap, so I didn't really take my.
No, you're good. Appreciate it.
No, you're good. I didn't think you were gonna be able to hop on today, or I would have already pulled it up.
Yeah, I might not be on for like hell long, but actually give me, oh, never mind, I got it in my pocket. Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna be able to hop on either, but I figured since I'm already looking at the screen, I might as well hop on here with a couple of people that know what they're doing. What are you in? What are you in? XFOR?
Yeah, I've already scalped it once. And I keep giving up more. I got a great entry on it. My average is one. Let me pull it up. Let me see. Yeah, 189 still. I've re-added a few times, but I was hoping to see it flush, But I've been missing the big moves lately. Like I've been doing a good job scalping, but I want to catch just a nice little flush. But none of them's been flushing like that lately. Or I haven't been catching the nice like flush downs. But here it is. I think this is it. So I'll probably
it just broke below view up.
Yeah, I probably should take profit here. So I'm gonna trim a little right here. There we go. Okay, that's what I was waiting for. Bro, if you break back up above VWAP, I'm gonna be annoyed.
No, I don't think so.
Good morning, everyone. Thank y'all for hopping on this morning.
Was that one of the only ones that popped?
Yeah, so it's getting most of the attention. Money's flowing through it right now. 6 million volume already traded on it, which isn't that insane for a $1 stock, but it's getting the money flow. I don't even know what the news.
Yeah, HBI smoked me this morning or twice. Not bad or anything, but it just got me. Like it flushed down, and I didn't take profits, and then it came back up and went totally against me. So, I'm not. It's not too bad. I'm only negative 200 on the day, but still.
That's like $1 billion company, isn't it?
I honestly have no idea.
Yeah, it's Haynes.
Oh, that's great. That's probably why I got smoked on it.
It is. They don't trade the same way. It's funny because you know it, and I'm not preaching to you, but for everyone else that's on here, just because it's in the like the dollar amount range, the dollar amount range means nothing. Because yeah, it looks like a perfect ticker. It's trading for $6, but I imagine that's $1 billion company. Let me see. They just don't give back their gains, and they kind of grind up. Yeah, 1.7 billion. So it's not a massive company, but bigger than what we usually have the edge for.
Bigger than normal.
Yeah. Look where it's at. XFOR. It already came back.
I know. I don't think it's gonna break highs though. I think it's just trying to reclaim some of that money.
Added back $1.88.
Trying to get my average up to. My average is like 181. It was horrible.
How'd you do yesterday?
After fees,
I know how you.
a little under.
I know how you did. I'm just setting you up because I'm proud.
Oh yeah. Well, after fees and everything, it was like a little under 1,300.
Not bad.
So, I mean, that's like, I mean, on the 6th, that was like, it was like 5K yesterday. But
Yeah.
so it's like,
So,
I mean, 1K on a 5K account is like 20%.
Let's go.
This motherfucker's about to break highs.
It just did. But I hate these stupid 30% pops. I'm still in it though.
Me too.
But I'm not in love with it. I guess since this is not going to be a quick fader, I should probably look at levels. So where's it trying to go? Definitely could get back up to these $2 levels. It's already been up there a few times. 225, 222, 220. So it's kind of a theme. It likes that area.
Locates are expensive now. Well, not really, but still.
How much?
$12 for 1,000 shares, 1,500 shares. Sorry, that's not really that bad.
Yeah, but it's not the cheapest in the world. I'm back in the money at least, but I just have to keep an eye on it. Where is the 1 minute? Here you go. I lowered my size. I'm only in 1500.
There we
go. Now I'm about to be even less.
Damn it. Come on. They just needed to break below VWAP and stay.
What's the news on this, guys? I can't find it. Good looking stock Titan, but oh, here it is. Announces private placement. Bro, why are these private placement popping?
Oh, I know. Yesterday we had one too.
It's like a company's dream. They say they're going to dilute everyone and then it pops. Like,
right.
Is it going to crypto or something? Like, why is this so confused? Bro, y'all are clutch in the chat. Boom, 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 boom. Got it 3 times the news. Thank y'all. I don't know why TradeZero sometimes their little news feed is a little slow. And I haven't gotten stock Titans pulled up yet. I'll pull it up. Martin can confirm. I worked on my Discord last night. Baby steps, of course. Still a little ways to go, but I think I'll be able to pump it out here pretty quick. Martin's going to help me build it out. He's got a little bit of experience with it, and so does his kids. So delegating, and Martin is helping. So
is that confirmed. Slave labor I hear?
No, they're of age.
Oh, I was gonna say we got to protect those kids with those child labor laws, Martin.
No, he's that's hilarious though. I think his kids are in a bunch of servers or something.
Oh, hello.
But anyways, it's looking a little bullish, but we did get it started. So I think, and I watched the YouTube video on it. I probably should have just hired someone to build it out, but I think between me and Martin, we'll come up with something cool. But we did get it started. So I think we'll be able to test in the circle group sometime this week with the circle group people, see how we like it. But I think we're going to like Discord. I'm just jaded with Discord a little bit because I haven't been a part of a Discord community I like.
I feel that. I can respect that. There has been very few that I like. Oh, I'm in the money. Oh, is this our flush? Is this our flush?
It's looking like it. I'm at least taking profit. It looks like today's going to be another scalping day for me.
I think that's the flush.
Yeah, it will be because I just took, literally, I'm not in the position anymore. So it'll flush this time.
I love it when you send the stock down, bro.
Yeah, right. My small size.
Shit, I'm trading with smaller size than you.
But I am about to, dang, already, what did I do with that? I do want to show y'all something though. But look at this. If you can see the screen, bro. So 20K on the month so far. No Love big that. Days. I'm actually pretty proud of it just because, like, bro, look, my biggest day was the first day, but 5K, 3K, 2, but hella consistent. So off to a good start this month. Needed it. Well, needed it's debatable, but maybe for my confidence. I haven't had an all green month since September of last year, and that's not my goal. My goal is to make the most this month than I have any month.
Great job this month, bro.
Yeah. Like I just got to beat the 61K in January. So I'm on pace. Well, actually, I don't know if I'm on pace now. I need to get me a solid day in there, maybe a 3, 4, 5K days mixed in there somewhere. But I haven't found anything I wanted to go, because I'm not going heavy on small pops. You know what I mean? You know what I like? I like those drastic, parabolic, moves up, and then I'll go a little bit heavier on those. But if I see some of those today, I might play around with it. But yeah, Friday I tried to go heavy, and that was the wrong day to go heavy.
Caught you slipping. Hey, do you get trade alerts on your phone or like from Trade Ideas?
No, I wish.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
I know a lot of these scanner screener alert, they're not mobile compatible, or they are mobile compatible. It's just trash. Yeah,
which is garbage.
Alexander, nice, looking good. Thanks, bro. The monthly pivot, Martin, is $1.77, so it is kind of playing around that level. Honestly, it's looking good now.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably hold. I trimmed a little at 175, but I like the way it's looking, so I'm probably gonna. And we're staying below VWAP, staying super heavy, so I'm probably gonna let it ride for a little and see how we react.
Yeah, I like it because see, previously when it would immediately 2 green candles back above it, this one it's kind of dancing around under it. So, for lack of better words, I think that's a good game plan. I kind of want to re-enter at some point, but I have made again not trading with that big a size. I made 400 on it though. Just the 2 scalps.
I'm still trying to get out of the red from HBI this morning, but it's looking pretty good though.
I'm in the red. I'm in the red too, because I didn't tell the group. Oh, I probably should have got out there. Didn't tell the group because it was way too high risk. But I swung overnight MSOX. I think I'm just jaded towards my industry, so that's why I swung it. It's like basically leverage ETF of like the MSOS of like cannabis stocks.
Yeah.
Because these always, when there's news, they always pop and then it goes back to reality. So I'm in this one to see if it tanks. I got in around 950, so I'm a little in the red, but I want to see if it flushes today. But yeah, I was probably not the smartest play to be in though, because if Trump or his administration did legalize or make progress or chatter about legalization, it probably would go hard against me, but I think it's going to flush. So we'll see. So that's the only play I'm in right now. But I'm about to figure out how to get back in XFOR. It's looking weak. Yeah, glad you're able to hop on some, bro. So
thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so you said you got to go in a little bit earlier though?
Yeah, they moved our time. They moved our time in to 7 my time instead of 8. So it literally cut over an hour out of my trading. So and I don't get off until 4. So after hours is already like slowed down by then. I might be able to get some in during lunch if there's a play or anything, but I don't know. Daz Mobile is like fucking weird, dude. It took me over to there's a flush. It took me over fucking 2 hours to figure out how to short yesterday.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was so frustrating.
Yeah, I wanted to get back in XFOR, but it's only up 19% now. I'm not getting back in it, but I think it is going to flush.
Yeah, I think that's where we're at now. I'm going to...
Man, these live streams are tough in these slow markets.
I know.
There's not much to look at or talk about. Like, it's crazy. Like, I keep looking at top gainers. I'm just like...
There's like nothing.
Yeah, the highest one is 48%, which looks like a buyout. Wow, because it just based on how it's trading. HBI is next at 41%. That's $1 billion company. GEVO is up there in the 30s. It's already flushed down, so I'm not interested in it.
I'm gonna have to get off in about 20 minutes.
Do your thing, bro. How was the first day though? Decent.
It was good. It was
Yeah.
good. It was a lot. I had homework last night, so I literally had to come home, give the kids hugs and kisses, put them to bed, and then start on work. They gave me like 8 books, bro. Like 8 books I had to read that I have to go through and like learn rules and like safety stuff and like what do you call it? Like ways of doing things, say things like that. It's cool. I was literally in class yesterday going, I made more money than all you motherfuckers this morning. I shouldn't even fucking be here right now. But I gotta be grateful though. So I'm not but I was literally thinking that. My wife was making fun of me last night. She was like, I was in class this morning, and she's like, yeah, like you made more money than everybody. I was like, how'd you know? She's like, yeah, I just know you. I was like, yeah. It's like I'm in class. I'm like, man, I made $1,300 this morning in a matter of an hour. Like, why am I here right now? But I just gotta be grateful, bro. Gotta be grateful.
Yeah, no.
Can't be stubborn and arrogant. I could be humbled real fast.
Yeah, I'm so glad I got my W-2. Like I said, mine's a little bit of a different situation since I get to work from home. But when you have those down, because I don't, well, you know me, bro. I don't keep a lot of cash on the sidelines. I'm always like investing. So a lot of my money's tied up in real estate, crypto, stocks. I mean, that's pretty liquid, crypto and stocks. But long story short, I'm just glad I kept mine for now because the properties have between 20% down payments, and the last two's got 6 figures in renovations. I'm glad I still have some consistent cash coming in, but
some big ass fucking they got 8 through though.
Got what?
There was like 2 like $17,000 orders on the Ask.
Oh,
like huge. They got fucking 8 through. Oh God.
But I was talking to, I don't want to air his laundry out. He's in the chat, but I was talking to him over the weekend. He was thinking about wanting to, maybe next year's the year that he moves on, and you kind of having that thought process too. And
about moving on from the W2. 9 to 5.
Yeah. I might re-enter here.
I'm thinking about it.
I'm gonna re-enter here. Got me adding on a stock that's up 27%. I'm gonna be that old guy that just complains about my own decisions because like nobody's forcing me to get in this thing. I'm mad at the market. I'm mad at the market for only giving me a 20%er.
That's a good entry though.
Yeah, I got in at 181, so let's see if it fails here. Robbie, how much do you I'm trying, how much do you pay for the X4 locate? So mine's $4. Yeah, just like Martin, we're on TradeZero. TradeZero has cheap locates. Link in the description. But it's $4 for 1,000 shares. Mine
was $18 for 3,000 shares.
So similar. So yours only $2 more, yeah, for 1,000. Bro, I love how you get 3,000 shares on a 5K, 6K account.
Yeah,
you go heavy, bro.
That's just that's extra too, though. I'm not like going super heavy off the rip, but I wanted to make sure that if I needed to, I had enough, you know.
No, totally.
I always do that. I always pay extra. And then I'm like, like on PMN this morning, PMN, I paid $30 for 1,500 shares, and I didn't even get to trade it because by the time I got the locates, it was already back down.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah. I was like, motherfucker, dude. So I wanted to get back down here to the 170, 171 area. If we get back down here, I'm going to trim. That's looking like it's where it's headed with totally respected VWAP. So I might actually just do that now.
That ended up being a pretty good ad at 181. If
Yeah.
it flushes, let's see. Only in for 1,000 shares though, because it's not up much. So I could see it. I could see it making another move. I don't think it's going to, but I could see it doing it. So it's 7:30 now. I'll see if any more PRs are going to come out. Do you have to locate it first before you can short it, or just click short and you get charged whatever is the fee? So you gotta request the locate, but it's not as painful as it seems. It's like 2 extra clicks. It would be nice, and I think there's some brokers that already, long story short, if it's a easy to borrow, hard to borrow, like that makes a difference, but it's really not that bad. You just click locates, get your locates, and then choose to use those how you see fit. But if you're new to short selling, just jump on these live streams regularly. And I got a Discord group that's launching here soon. You're welcome to join. We've got a lot of newbies in there that started off new and now they're banking.
Yeah,
Steven came in there he's never made any money before, and then now he's managed to.
You're funny as hell.
He didn't know how to make any money, and then he was having 25K days. Yeah, I get all the credit. Nah,
bro went from zero to a millionaire real fast.
There it is. There we go.
I'm only gonna trim a little, but you're funny as hell.
That's gonna be yeah.
We should make that you should make me the poster boy for the Discord, and that should be the thing though.
You're like the poster boy.
Steven didn't make any money when he came into Discord, and now he's having 25K days.
He barely knew how to say his name. Like I've taught him everything. Yeah.
He didn't even know how to write. Like this guy was like.
But yeah, no. But all seriousness, Robbie, it's not too painful, but I need to make some more videos. And Steven, I think I was talking to you about that actually last time we were on the phone, about how in Discord I forget that there is a little bit of a learning curve with shorting. It's not like rocket science,
right?
But I do need to probably make a video just like basic, like this is what you do, because I was working with a few people, because a lot of people have been sliding in my DMs in the circle group about how to do like some of the things that that most of us already know, but you only know it if you've experienced it. You know what I mean? So
yeah, for sure.
When we get Discord, it'll prevent people from having all these questions. We'll have a little Q&A section. But
I am so grateful this is how I ended my day.
Let's go.
Like my trading.
I just got out. I'm completely out now. Generic said ZENA. Martin said Steven learned to walk thanks to this group. That's great.
I'm only going to get like 200, 250 because it's so high priced.
What you talking about, Zena?
Yeah.
That thing's up 9%. I can't play that. I cannot play that. Thanks, Robbie. But yeah, ask questions. We got some good people here, even in the chat, that'll help you answer questions. But yeah, we're banking over here in Bear Wall Street. And it's not because we're elite traders. There's just a much better edge to shorting. They usually just all die.
What's the news on this? Zena Inc. reports 500 YOY revenue surge in Q2 2025 achieves record 2.24 in profits.
I guess I'll pull it up. I forget that's my role here. Let's see. I just don't like that it was a good call, Genric. I'm not throwing shade at the call. I'm just throwing shade at this weak market. Like, we're sharing 10% pops now. Because y'all have heard me mention slow markets, fast markets, whatever. This is like abnormally slow. Like, this is rough. Why is it not pulling up? Let's see. Like, I like slower small cap markets, but like us getting excited about 9%, 10% gainers, that's rough. Remy, yeah, I've enjoyed watching your growth, Remy. You've been through some up and downs, but you killing it lately, bro. Yeah, I'll be interested in Xena if it gets up to about $6. Maybe if it retests that initial candle 550 to 560, maybe, but
I'm about to get off of here, bro. Thank you so much. Everybody, thank you for having me on. Justin, I'll text you later, bro, okay?
all right. See you, bro. Have a good
See you
day.
later. Yep.
Yeah, generally, yeah, you can still make money off these. It's just my rules. That's all it is. I try not to break that rule. But this is, if I don't break that rule this week and last week, I wouldn't make any money. So I guess it's not really a rule, but it's just an entry criteria more than anything. But I mean, like I said, if it flushes from here, that's still a little money can be made. Alexandria, I see you. Weather in Romania is fine. Still at the beach, no alcohol. Life is slow. Good times. I envy you, and the life is slow. I'm trying to slow down some. But the reason I'm commenting on this is because, like I told you, my wife is from Romania, and not like she lived in Romania, like immigrated from Romania, not just like she's Romanian, grew up in the States. She immigrated when she was, I think, teenager or something. But I've been married to her for 10 years, and I still haven't been to Romania. Actually, 9 years, almost 10. I want to make a trip soon, though. I think I do, at least. I just hate flying. I hate long flights. Gosh, I hate it. I think it's just because I'm an impatient person. Xena, let's see if it flushes here. I'm not in it, but I know some of y'all probably are. For sure, for sure. I know somebody in Romania now. Her dad still lives there though, so that's an incentive for us to go anyways. But maybe. I noticed that too, Alex. I thought the same thought in my head. Which one was it? Was it GEVO? Something? No, it wasn't GEVO. Something popped this morning, and I was like, man, that was a clean pop. Oh, maybe it was ATNF. Yeah, ATNF popped all the way up to 672, and now it's at 421. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I haven't been waking up honestly since vape ripped my face off. Even though I haven't been playing the 4 a.m. pops. Um, and if I just stick to my criteria, I would be fine. But yeah, look at this 4 a.m. pop. I haven't been talking about the 4 a.m. pops much lately, but I just like the problem is I like wake up, I'll set an alarm for like 3:55 or something, and then like I'm half awake. So now I'm trading barely alive, barely know my name, much less trading by my rules. So that's the biggest issue with me. Because I don't think I would have taken vape if I wasn't dazed and confused or as heavy as I did. Like I entered so heavy. So I haven't been playing the 4 a.m. pops. Pre-market's been pretty good to me, so just been sticking with it. But you're right. There was some pretty good 4 a.m. pops today. How much did I lose on vape? The thing about vape was I actually didn't lose that bad on vape. The emotional breakdown afterwards, like I traded like a lunatic trying to revenge trade and get it back. And it was a bad day to do it. Like stocks were running that day. So, I think it was around 11, Robbie, 11K. But I ended up losing more on the day because, like I said, I got reckless, very reckless. I do that about once a quarter where I just take a loss, like 11K for me, like not to sound cocky, but like I can win that back over time, few days, week, whatever. But I think it just pissed me off so much that I started revenge trading, and I get in that little mindset where I really need to step away. So not perfect. I still trade emotionally sometimes. Yeah, no, same, Alex. Feel you on that one. I think it frustrated me too. Sorry. My OBS software disconnected. So I don't know if y'all heard what I was saying, but long story short, I was just disappointed in myself. But I've done that before. That's why I know myself. That's why I keep my account small. I keep it usually 25 to 40K because about once a quarter, I get in that mindset where I'm just like, screw it all. I just start trading reckless. Again, not proud of it, but I try to be real with y'all, transparent. But yeah, Robbie, to answer your question, I think it was about 11K. That's what I lost on that play. Yeah, I use TradeZero. I'm using it right now. I trade mostly mobile, but they have a good. I actually like their desktop apps too, but I'm on the go a lot, so I like the mobile version. But yeah, I use TradeZero. Had very few issues with them. They're not perfect. I haven't found a perfect broker, but really good customer service. If you're having problems, they usually fix it pretty quick. And historically, they've gave me my locate fees back if it was on them. Like if I couldn't log in or if something happened. Okay, now I'm entering Xena, or I'm considering entering Xena. I don't like that it broke a new high there, but I'm gonna keep an eye on it and see. It's only up 16% and it's earnings. Nah, I'm good. Actually, I take that back. I'm not entering this. I don't even know why I'm watching it. I will enter though. Remember how I said around $6? This is why I don't get into these pops too early, because they usually do this. I don't plan on entering around, maybe around 6. Yeah, I'm kind of talking out loud. Sorry guys, I'm going back and forth, but probably anywhere from 6 to like 660 maybe. But I'm not getting in before then. Yeah, I want to see it run a little more. Can you also show your orders or positions? What do you mean? Yeah, Remy, there's a few red flags with it. That's why I'm just not forcing a like if it gets, I'll play technicals, meaning like make it prove that it'll bust through previous pops, you know. But I'm not just going to enter it randomly here. Yeah, it's an AI company, apparently good earnings, or they said something. But if it gets up to here, this range, you can see like it's gotten up to 692. It's gotten up to 705. It's gotten up to 661, 650, 630. So a little bit of action in this area. So that's why I'm saying I would maybe enter there, but I'm still not in love with it. There's nothing I'm in love with right now. Like your closed position tab on TradeZero. Oh, I see what you're saying from like a transparency standpoint. Yeah, I do trade mobile, but I mean, in the circle group, I post my gains and losses every single day. So, which I'll do the same thing in Discord. Alexandru, I get. Oh, what were you saying about Discord? Have you thought about what it would look like in 2 years? I mean, where do you want it to be? That's a good question, actually. And going back to you, Robbie, I see what you're saying, but I already shared my like kind of my results already, but I could get more granular with it at the beginning of the call. I don't even know if you were on, but I'll show it again at the end here in a little bit, and we can break down. If it's slow, we can just have more of an educational like periods, and I can pull up some of my past trades, what I did wrong, what I'm doing right this month, whatever. But Zena's getting more into the range that I like. But anyways, Alexander, about Discord, not really. I have my ideas of what I want it to be. And on our last Circle call, so we have monthly like recap calls in Circle, which is just a lot of people aren't familiar with Circle, but it's similar to Discord, as in it's like software that you can communicate with people and post trades and all that good stuff. But last end of month call, we discussed what we wanted Discord to look like in the future, and got a lot of great feedback. The best part about it is I told everyone to leave what they would like to see, the comments in the chat, and I forgot to record the Zoom call, so I don't have the chat, but I did write down a few of the ones I did like. But long story short, yeah, I have an idea of what I want the Discord to look like, and we talked about it some. So trading is actually a small part of my life. I'm trying to make it a bigger part of my life. I do other things. So I kind of want to incorporate like what I do with real estate, how I take advantage of the tax loopholes, the wheel strategy. So I don't talk about the wheel strategy much, but the profits I make from shorting, I put in another account, and I just get like anywhere from like 10 to 30% returns on those a year, usually just doing the wheel strategy. So making your money make more money. So I don't want it to be like necessarily like a financial group. I want it to be a short selling group for sure, but I do want to add, because a lot of people talk about how to make money, but the real hack is, once you have money, how do you keep that money, between like tax loopholes and whether investing it in other ways to make money. Because I have like this little tracker where I put like, I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, like 30% in real estate, 10% in precious metals, 10% in crypto, 11% in charity and tithing to the church, like things like that. I have it all like broken down in how I do it or whatever, but mostly it's going to be short selling focus. I want to keep having live streams. I want to break down charts more granular than we're currently doing in Circle, better, daily and weekly recaps. We want to create like a glossary of like previous plays that we've made. So if we play them again in the future, we can reflect and see how they played out. So we're going to have fun with it. And again, in the beginning, it's going to probably be a little beta, but we'll build it out. But the cool thing about everyone that gets in, especially the Circle group, y'all's feedback. So I'm going to be launching it to our Circle group here shortly, and then I want to get their feedback. And then we go from there. And Xena, I'm not going to be staring at Xena until 8 o'clock. Hopefully we'll get 8 o'clock. Usually has the most PRs. So let's see, in 6 minutes, maybe we'll get some decent PRs. But yeah, I'm just not going to force this trade until it gets to a level I like. It might reject here at $6 or $5.95, but still not really that interested in it. Maybe if it gets closer to 8, the whole money rotation theory, where if something exciting comes out and I see something else getting bullish, I might put a starter in Xena, but if money rotates away from it. But yeah, generic, how you keep the money is the best part. Yeah, no, it truly is. And in the States, there's a lot of this is controversial depending on how you view these things. But how to not pay like insane short capital or capital gains, or kind of offset it legally. You know what I mean? Because it's brutal, and most traders don't put money aside for taxes that are successful. You got it, Jenrick. Got me a couple. Not a couple. Well, I do have a couple, but not for trading. But yeah, there's some entity benefits. Like my LLC pays me as an S corp, so I get to take distributions at a cheaper rate, and then I get the real estate to offset my taxes and stuff like that. But we'll dabble in that some. It's mostly going to be short selling group, and we're just going to keep it that way. But I do want to expand to those things as well, because that's really what benefits me more than trading, is what you can do with the funds after you're a successful trader. So let me look through the comments. That would be an uneasy question for me to ask, but is the Discord going to be free? No, it's not going to be free. But it's going to be cheap. It's going to be super cheap. Probably like, I don't even want to say it just in case because I haven't really locked it in, but it's going to be super cheap. Because the problem with free Discords I've been looking up to is like the between the thing that makes me nervous about Discord is just the spam and the like, even I get like messages every day from like these fake like people pretending to be other traders and stuff. So the paywall will more so be a way to prevent trolls and bots from coming in, because if you have free Discords, literally I watched a YouTube about it, I'm gonna be spending a lot of time getting trolls out, bots out, crap like that. But it's gonna be cheap. Just some type of paywall to get in. That's the one thing I did like about the circle group, though. You don't have to worry about anybody from the outside like messaging you. Because like I DM people all the time, they DM me all the time on Circle, but like that's going to obviously die in Discord, because if you get used to me talking to you in Messenger and then there's somebody fake that pretends to be me, there's going to probably be issues. Yeah, no problem. But like I said, if that's not for you, I get it. You can just I share my best content on live, so you get to see me trade live. So if you don't want to pay anything, totally get it. Totally get it. Eight o'clock's in 1 minute. And the last thing about the paid Discord too, I want to take it serious. So like I said, trading's a small part of my life right now. I run cannabis dispensaries, I do real estate, I do a few other things. So if I don't have some type of fee with it, I'm not going to take it serious. I just know it. I'm going to prioritize where the money's at. So I'm trying to make trading a bigger part of my life. And I don't want to launch a half-assed Discord group. There's already a lot of those out there. Is your vape trade in your, hold on just a second. I just got a text message. Need to answer real quick. Okay, it's 8 o'clock. Let's see if Xena fades. I'm not gonna get in it. I'm not gonna play it at this level, but there's a good chance it fades here. Hey, Mark, is your vape trade in your, excuse my ignorance, I don't know what a VODS is. VODs? Videos? I wanted to watch it but couldn't find it. What does that mean? Am I supposed to know what that means, or is that a typo? Oh, okay. Like videos, or is that what you're meaning? I haven't really done much of a recap with it, but we can talk about it a little. I'm looking at the top gainers right now, see if anything from 8 o'clock. If I don't see much, we'll talk about it. I'm comfortable talking about it now. And one of the main reasons, and I was never not comfortable talking about it, but one of the main reasons I was frustrated is because I broke all my rules when I took that trade. So, or I broke a lot of rules when I took that trade. Did you already trade today? Yeah, I traded XFOR scalped it like 3 times. And I'm usually actively trading, but this market is actually, I'm about to re-enter this VWAP retest. So I'm back in it. Yeah, I scalped this one today. It's the only thing I played. Your save videos, live streams. Oh, Mark, sorry. So it was at 4 a.m. So I don't do lives at 4 a.m. Well, I'll talk through it here in a second. I'm in this play. I'm trying to look through top gainers, see if anything else is popping. PRPH. It's a nice little pop, 44%. I'll pull it up, but I can't enter until it gets 50 cents. So if it gets up to 50 cents, I'm interested. So I'm going to look at XFOR until then. See if this 5-minute candle closes above VWAP. I'm in at average 179. Doesn't look like it, but let's see. And again, these slow markets, y'all are seeing me trade a little bit different than normal. Because like I said, I usually wouldn't dare enter a stock that's only up 20%. It's all about the edge with, that's how I trade. I don't pretend to be the best trader. It's just, I can find an edge though. And the edge normally is not in the 20 or 30% pops. It's usually honestly, it's in the 100% pops usually. 50% plus is normally my entry criteria, but this week has been brutal and last week's been brutal. You just haven't seen a lot of those plays. And then if there is a play like that, it's getting all the attention. So a lot of money flow. It's usually a runner. Yesterday we had some though. Yesterday wasn't terrible. We had ENTO and EQ, but overall pretty slow in small cap world. So I'm going to enter, if it gets to, actually I might enter a little more here at 182, make it prove it's going to break over that 183 level. I might not get fit. No, it looks like I'm not going to get filled on it. Yeah, you're right, Genrick. Oh, new to the channel. Do you usually do short trading or is this because of the slow market? 95% of all my trading is shorting. Yeah. Again, it's just that's where the edge is. And if you're new, like, can you make good money going long? Absolutely. You can make good money going long. But like, here's my month so far. I like more of this consistent, like 5, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So that's kind of how my month's going. And when I was trading long, there was periods I was profitable, but I just wasn't consistent. I just was not consistently profitable. And I like shorting because with my criteria and, you know, risk management and whatever, like I'm just way more consistently profitable. It's almost like more of a job. I can kind of count on money coming in a little bit more consistent, where when I was going long, I would have profitable months. But they were few and far between. So again, not saying you can't make money going long small caps. People do it all the time. I shouldn't say probably all the time. There's people that do it, but most of these stocks just give back their gains. So I just trade what the, you know, what's given to me. That's where my edge is. Not fighting gravity. But yeah, if you're not into shorting, or you're, you know, the group that thinks shorts are bad people because we short trash companies, then this channel might not be for you. Because I know there's a lot of longs out there that hate shorts, when they probably should just hate the trashy company that's diluting and pulling offerings on them. We just know it's going to happen, so we get in the short and ride it out usually. But I'll take longs occasionally, but I'm just not very good at it. That's not my edge. I don't think shorts are bad people. I was just saying, like, if you look on Twitter or stock tweets or whatever, I don't know why people hate shorts so much. They act like we're bad people for shorting a stock. It's like, bro, I'm not shorting Nvidia. I'm not shorting Apple. I'm shorting like trash companies that, it's very typical. So they do reverse stock split because their company is so trash, it falls below $1. So then they have to do a reverse stock split. Then the float's super tight. Then they post a BS PR. Then it pops and the float's tight. So it moves very intensely. Then once it makes a 200% move and they have a lot of liquidity, they dilute the shareholders. And then it drops 50%. And it's just to steal cash from the market for their crappy company. So it's just a rinse and repeat move. And if you can follow it, you know what I mean? And they don't all do offerings, but the majority of them are trying to get cash. The whole reason they posted a PR, it's just so it will pump and add liquidity. So if they have like an open at the money offering, if you post a PR, even if you don't drop like PR news or a new S3 or S1 or whatever, liquidity for their stock's always a good thing, because if it pops a little bit and they have an at the money, because if there's no liquidity in that stock and they're doing at the money offerings, it's just going to drive the price down. But if there's liquidity, they can slowly, you know, sell into the momentum. Natalie, can you please explain to me how to short? I've only been trying to scout for the past couple of months. So I will do that, but you should sign up for the Discord as well, because we'll have a shorting 101, but it's basically just the opposite of going long. So the only difference is you got to get locates first. So, which basically means, should know the definition of what locate is, but it's a precursor to being able to short a stock. So you have to borrow shares from your broker, and then you sell instead of buy, and then at the end you buy, or whenever you try to close the position, you buy instead of sell. So you got to have short specific brokers. I recommend TradeZero. That's why I have the link in my description, but and I really do believe they're the best one out there, but there's other short selling brokers too. But you definitely need a broker that focuses on short selling, or you're going to be at a disadvantage. TradeZero was designed for short selling. They even market themselves as a short selling broker. So, but obviously there's more that goes into it. How we trade between the trend lines, the high of days, the retest. But we'll get into it a little bit more. Does Webull have it? I think you can short on Webull, but you're going to be at a disadvantage trying to short on Webull. And I promise this is not me trying to be salesy to get you to TradeZero. Like, they don't have the locates, they don't have the available shares like TradeZero does. So I think you can, but you're going to be limited. Alex, the trashy companies that does puff pieces instead of having a solid company. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Mark, without shorters, so longs won't have the big squeezers. That's true to an extent, for sure. We definitely contribute to the short squeezes, hence the name. But if something's low float, you don't even need shorts in them. Everybody buys at the same time it goes up. But you're right, though. The shorts trying to cover simultaneously will cause it to squeeze too. So I probably should have took profit on XFOR. So y'all, I told you all my entries. I'm only up like $80 on it because I'd only enter 1,500 shares. But I was waiting to see if it breaks this level. It's kind of telling me a story right now. 3 times, 3 5-minute candles, it's bounced to this 170 level. So it might just not break it, but I'm holding on just in case it does, because this is, you pull up the 1 minute, and now it's finally breaking since I said that. If you pull up the 1 minute, it probably looks like it's trending down for the most part. Yeah. So I'm just going to hold it to see if it flushes. I usually like taking profit around the 200. If it's one that I hold, this is one I'm going to hold. See if it gets down to 155. Alexandru, link in the description. This is going to be a running joke from now on. Robbie, you have to borrow shares from the broker first so that you can sell it immediately. When the price goes down, you buy it back in return. Yeah, it's it's simple, and then it's not simple. Like it's just one added step, getting the locates, but really need to make a video on it so I can refer people to. I'll do that very soon. Just shorting 101. Alex, y'all are cracking me up. Robbie, are you using TradeZero US? Yeah, I'm in the States. Well, you're at an advantage if you're using TradeZero International. You don't need as much capital to get started. I don't know why this is acting up today. Honestly, I really like PRPH, but again, I can't short unless it's 50 cents. But yeah, it's been a brutal market this week, guys. So these lives have been a little rough, but I might just have to start going a little bit heavier because I've always been more of like I don't go super heavy in my trades, or I don't go heavy at all by my definition. I like to trade like a bunch of tickers, small size, then it adds up. Kind of another way to offset my risk. But in these markets, I'm gonna have to start leveraging a little bit more because I'm not gonna play as many plays. The commissions are terrible. 500 shares is $5 round trip. I don't know what to say about that or comment on it because I don't know because the commissions are amazing for me. And my link says no commissions for international traders that use 500 bucks. Let me pull it up. I can tell you, I was talking to Steven though. My commissions are way better than his, what is it, Ocean Security. He's getting robbed over there. And maybe I'm not understanding something, but this is my affiliate link, but it clearly says international commission free on limit orders over 200 shares, Canadian counts commission free on limit orders over 100 shares, United States commission free on all orders, stocks above $1 from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. So, I mean, they would probably get in trouble for false advertising if that wasn't true, right? I don't know if that's just from my affiliate link or if that's just standard for them, but it clearly says commission free on limit orders over 200 shares. So I don't know. Because like yesterday, my fees, the ECN commission, all that was 19 bucks, and I showed y'all it was a little over 2K. So I don't think their commissions are bad at all, personally. Light, new sub, thanks for streaming. As a short seller, I'm curious to hear what your opinions are on Ross Cameron. Ross Cameron, bro. Like, I'm just laughing because all my OGs here know that this dude comes up so much. It's hilarious. Long only strategy in small caps. I feel this huge audience plays a part in these moves, bro. Don't get me started on that. You can get me preaching. Listen, is Ross Cameron elite trader? Yeah, he's probably a way better trader than me, for sure. Because again, I'm a short seller. I find edge. I don't try to be the best trader in the world. I give what the market's giving me. Oh wait, so PRPH. Let me see. Oh, we are getting closer. I'll keep an eye on it. I'm gonna double up this screen, but yeah, let's talk about Ross. I'll give my honest, no shade opinion about Ross. Colin, I hope you're wrong, because he's he's a subscriber to Ross. He listens to me and him, and I always troll him about it. But so to your point, like, no, it's you asked it differently than most people have. So is Ross Cameron? Do I view him, even though my opinion's irrelevant, but do I view him as an elite trader? Yeah, I think he's a great trader, absolutely. But it is somewhat of a self-fulfilling prophecy because his size. So one of the plays I was in that he was in also, the float was 300K. The float was 300K, okay? There's Colin right there. The float was 300K, and he had a six-figure, like, it was like a $200,000 position or something, $300,000 position, okay? So he already locked up the float when he entered it. Then his followers jump into it. They see he's playing it. Are all of them playing it exactly how he's playing it? No, I'm not saying that, but if you don't think that his followers didn't jump into that play because he did, you're ignorant. So a lot of them jump into the play. So it's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy is the way I look at it. Again, I think he's a better trader than me. I will say that. I'm a short seller. I find the edge. I wasn't profitable going long. And before he had an audience, he had to be decent. So I know Ross is good, but at this stage in his career, he's got a nice little gig because I think it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. He jumps in heavy with some of these low floats, and then his followers jump in too. Buying pressure will cause the ticker to go up. So I do think, that. But again, I want to be clear. I'm not trying to throw shade at people because he is a good trader. But I do think his following helps him, just like a pumper has a follow. He's not a pumper. I'm not saying that. But even the pumpers out there, they're more successful if more people pile into the stock. You know what I mean? So that's kind of my feeling about Ross. He would probably destroy me in a one-on-one trading match. But I do think there's something to it. Does that make sense? Ross is legit, but I don't know if it's replicable. Yeah, exactly. So to get my results with short selling, a lot of people in the group's already done it since they joined the group. Steven came in making about $1,000 a day. Then he's having $25,000 days. Raven came into the group. I messaged him recently, and he wasn't even a profitable trader. He made a 28K day, and these are consistent wins. Like Steven had 143. The guy that was on earlier, for all of y'all that are new, he made 143,000 last month. Like, so CJ's been killing it in the group. We have others in the group that's just like making crazy gains. So the thing about short selling is I think it is much more repeatable. To be the next Ross, that's tough. That's tough because going long, again, if it's just that's not where the edge is, and most of these fade away. The thing is, if you hold on long, that was most of my strategy last year. I just was short it and hold on, and then eventually they would all go back down. Occasionally one didn't, but if 9 out of 10 of them do go back down to where they started, you're going to be profitable. So that's my long rant about Ross and going long. He's a better trader than me, especially long. I don't want any beef with anybody ever, and I'm irrelevant compared to Ross, but I do think it's a self-fulfilling prophecy in some sense, but more power to him because I've learned some things from him from his videos, though. His recap videos. I think he's smart. I think he's a good trader. But when you go long, I think it does definitely help. I hope that makes sense how I explained it. Yeah, I totally agree. I came to that same conclusion recently. Thanks for the input. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Stupidest trader. Ross is a freak. I look at Ross like a pro athlete. Not many will get into that. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Very good way to put it. Alexandria, I don't like how Russ talks. He tells you the same thing in 4 different ways. Basically, just like how I explained, I danced around Ross. The thing is, if you're trading small caps long, feel like you have to be a top tier trader. Exactly. That's a good way to put it. Like, and I'm not a top tier trader. I don't even pretend to be. I just know where the edge is. Yep, agreed, Generic. I'll have to look into that, Alex. That's interesting. Coleman, he said he loves Volkswagen vans. Old. He's a unique character. To me, he's kind of entertaining though, because he's just such an odd bird. ATNF is getting a little bit of a pop. I'll pull it up for y'all. I'll probably be looking for an entry here at some point. So we're starting to flirt with, I'm actually very interested. We're getting close to pre-market highs. I'm getting my locates. So for y'all that's new, one of my favorite trades is the locates are crazy. Ooh. I don't know if I will be or not. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pass on this. Wow. For 500 shares, the locate is $200. Wow. And this is a beautiful setup too. Dang. Do I enter? So if it's $200, I get 500 shares. That's 2,500. I would have to make like no, that's crazy. Like almost close to a 20% return to get that back. Well, no, 200. So like a 10%, roughly 10 to 15%. So it's very doable, but it's not worth it. But anyways, going back to a retest of pre-market highs, I love those. This wick is a little confusing because technically it did get all the way up to 60, but this is the retest level that I'm talking about, this like 580 level, which you're about to see. It's looking like it's rejecting right now. But those locate fees are outrageous. And that's not normal. Most of the time it's like $4 for 1,000 shares or 40 cents for 100, but this must have a very tight float, or it must be a very low float, or the float is locked up. Dang, that's crazy. Generate. Shorting is the game. I've been long for the last 6-8 years, and it's been a roller coaster. Yeah, no, so stick with shorting and keep learning. Last 2 months been profitable with 1K days. Let's go. I love to see that, bro. Love to see that. Yeah, you are able to get credit back for locates once you're done with them. Yeah, with TradeZero you can. Other broker, and again, this is me just being honest. Just talking to Colin earlier in the week, and his broker doesn't allow that. And I was talking to Steven, his broker doesn't allow that. So I think certain ones will, but it's pennies on the dollar. So like if I pay $200 for those locates, I might get $20 back, $30 back max. So I'm not gonna pretend like TradeZero comps you fairly, but it's a business. They got to make money. So I get it. But normally if I like pay $10 for locates, I'll usually get maybe 50 cents, $1 back for them. But it's a supply and demand thing. So if I try to sell it when it's ripping and a lot of people are trying to get locates, there's a strategy to it. If it starts ripping and you try to sell it then you might get $5 for it. You might get $10 for it. I've actually made profit with my locates because I try to get my locates as soon as something pops, so they're cheap and I'm quick to get them. Because again, it's supply and demand. The price depends on how many are available. So then if the float gets locked up and then you try to sell them back, you can actually make more, but that's a very rare occurrence. I'm not going to pretend like that happens often. That's probably only happened a handful of times for me. I'm just happy if I get half of it back. Yeah, I've had some pretty big losses too, generating. That's part of and again, to be fair about short selling. So if you don't have good risk management, you do realize that you could have quote unquote unlimited losses. Like I've had some bad ones too. That was one of the main reasons why Kimfo interviewed me, because there's people that made more money than me trading, or that's publicly released it, how much they've traded. I've only been sharing my trades since I created the entity. But one of the reasons why they interviewed me, they told me was like, bro, because I made 200K, then I lost 75K in one trade, going back to me buying and not covering. I was ignorant. Learned my lesson, lost 75K in one trade, and then I got it back in like 2 months. So they thought that was cool. So that was one of the reasons why they interviewed me. But you make good money shorting, but when it goes against you, you can't trade on hope. Can't trade on hope. So if it's breaking levels, new highs, it was like a low float Chinese ticker. So I shouldn't even have been in it. But again, that's trading. You learn from your experiences. I still trade Chinese tickers. I still trade low float tickers, but my guard is up. And I didn't have a community when I got into short selling. I literally just kind of did it on my own. Didn't really even watch very many videos about it. So I learned everything the hard way. So that's kind of the point of creating this group. And I enjoy the accountability too, because I know I got to post. I don't have to. People don't like nail me to a cross if I don't do it, but I like to share my end of day results daily with everyone. But I want to get more granular with it in the Discord group, like sharing charts, entries, exits, thought process, stuff like that. The Discord group's in the sign up in the description. Shinreki, I'm reading the comments. You can teach us about resilience. Good stuff. Good for you, man. Not for the loss, of course, but climbing back and getting up. Justin, 100% risk management is the key. The stupid mistakes are part of it. Yeah, for real. And I like learning the hard way sometimes. But I think that's what we're pretty good at in the circle group, accountability. Most of us share our wins and our losses. Because the thing is with short selling, if you just have a decent strategy, you can be profitable. But then to take it to the next level is just dialing in the recklessness, the big losses. It's like I shared earlier. I'm not going to share it again. I already shared it 2 times, but having a decent month, all green so far every day. But all it takes is one stupid loss that can wipe it out if you're reckless. And I was reckless with vape last month. I'll admit it. Lost 11K on that trade. I should have never entered it. Then on top of it, I entered it way too heavy. So it was a play I shouldn't have entered, and I entered heavy. So that's why I've kind of not been playing the 4 a.m. pops, because I'm just barely awake at that point. So I'm not on my A game. Appreciate it, Alex. The shout out. Yeah, I probably should put that link in my description too, the Kimfo interview. Oh man, what a rough market. Getting deep today, but good conversation. Sad I couldn't play ATNF though. I appreciate all the comments about the risk management. Seriously, but it means a lot. But I still don't have it dialed in as good as I should. So, but I appreciate it. It's one of those things that you have to almost always be scared. It's a weird mindset, and scared is not the right word, but in the back of your head, when you're short selling, you have to always realize, like, this thing could go against me. What do I do when it goes against me? Because this is something I haven't really talked about much. So I don't mind taking small losses. I do not at all. The problem is when it jumps from a small loss. So let's say it's going to be $100, $200, $1,000 loss. Okay, I can live with that. But sometimes with these low float tickers, it can jump from 500 to 1,000 to 5,000 to 10,000. You know, like if it's a low float and you're in heavy, that's the moment of truth. What do you do in those situations? So now it's way past, because it's pre-market. You don't have stop losses. What do you do at that point? That, you know, those are the tough calls when it just goes against you so hard that, like, now you're like, dang, what do I do? You freeze up, you hold, or you cut at a level you shouldn't cut at. That's kind of the tricky part of short selling. But again, you have the same concept with going long, because we see these flush all the time. You know, what was that one at, was it ATLF yesterday? Anybody remember what it was? The one that dropped the dilution news? What was it? ALTA? Was it? No. One of y'all will remember that one move from yesterday. But the longs I think longs have it actually even worse. ATLS, thank you. ATLS. Actually, I don't think that's it either. Is it ALTS? Yeah. So, like, again, but this is what happened with it. So, like, the same risk is involved with going long too, because going back to these sketchy companies, look at this. This is about as bullish as you can think. Like, imagine you're going long. Oh yes, you know, this is beautiful. Then all of a sudden, in one candle, it drops from 18 to $6. You know, so, like, again, longs have the same things to be worried about, and I think more, you know, because that's very unfortunate, because there's a lot of longs that probably lost a lot of money on that move. So it's more of a trading thing than short selling thing, but
KNDI.
Let's go. Finally get an alert. KNDY, I think. Or maybe it said I. Why is it not pulling up? I'll just pull it up here. KIND. Bro, I already forgot what it was. KNDI. Whew. KNDI. I already missed it now because I couldn't figure out how to spell it. If it gets back up there, I'll play it, but that move was too quick. Hi, Fran. Glad you can hop on. Yeah, market is rough today. This is one of the probably the last 2 years of me trading. This might potentially be at least a top 2 or 3 slowest day I've ever traded, which I don't like, because I'm not happy with my P&L right now. I'm green, but, like, y'all know I don't have daily goals. That's not my point. I don't like having daily goals because it kind of forces you to make trades. I think monthly and weekly goals are better, because if you have like a $1,000 daily goal and there's not the right setups, you can kind of force it. But I can't deny that I like aiming for 2K a day, because then once I hit 2K, I kind of pump my brakes a little bit. It's not really a daily goal. It's more that when I get to 2K, I kind of get more of my risk off mindset. But with my size of trading, with only the few opportunities we've had, I think I'll get there for pre-market. And I was hoping XFOR would fade a little harder, but still in the money. I should have entered more than 1,500 shares, so I'm up about 130 on it, but I would really like to see a nice flush down. KNDI, yeah. There's probably a play here, guys. I'm just not playing it. I want to see it. I want to see it go up a little bit. Looks like it might fail here at VWAP, but again, just not enough meat on the bones for me. But that's the market we're in, so maybe it is a play for some of y'all, but not me. Not super comfortable with ATNF. They have ETH news and take a look at BMNR. Yeah, that makes sense. I need to get back to looking at fundamentals more too. Oh, for sure, Ian. That's a good way to look at it. Every business has expenses and tuition. Like I lost 50K before I was profitable. That's more like I consider that my tuition, learning in the market. I know some of y'all, and I see it in the circle group sometimes when people aren't profitable, like immediately, it's just like, bro, nobody is. Like, or very rarely are people like, most of the best traders I've heard, they're usually 2 to 3 years before they're profitable. I know that's not fun to talk about, but like me creating this group, live streaming, I'm trying to cut that down for most of y'all, but it would be weird if you were profitable immediately. That's such a rare occurrence. So like, don't beat yourself up when you have losses in the beginning. Like that's part of it. You know, this is a game where I can teach you everything I know, but until you experience it, you know, the loss is going against you when you're heavy, the misjudging, you know, a play, getting in on a too low float of stock. That's also a Chinese ticker that has a history of manipulated pumps. Like you got to be in the market to experience that. Again, it took me over 2 years and 50K before I was profitable. And I didn't have an extra 50K. I was borrowing money, very reckless. It played out, and my life's a lot different now because I've, with the profits I've made, I've used it wisely, I think. But I do see that a lot in the group where people will take losses and like take it a little too emotionally or take it too much on the chin, you know, or not take it on the chin. It's like, hey, this is the game. This is the game. I know some of y'all look up to me and like, it took me 2 years and I lost 50K. So if I did that, why do you think it's not going, you're not going to have a similar path? Like, again, a lot of people that came in the group have been very profitable immediately, but if you have losses immediately, that's part of this game. Just trade small. Again, I can give financial advice, but nice little flush here on KNDI, but that's just part of trading. Nice little flush. What's XFOR do? Man, I wish this would just flush away. Go back to where it started. I think it will, but it's just looking dead. Pre-market longs usually don't like sitting in a position that just is stale like this. So we'll probably get some selling pressure at some point. I don't know why I still have the split screen pulled up. ETH hit 4,400. Nice. Haven't even looked at my Coinbase in the last couple of days. Any of y'all play KNDI? Do you have a specific float amount you're not willing to trade below? Like, oh, ATNF locates are better now? Let's see. Let me see what it looks like first. ATNF. Oh, really? That's cheap. Again, it goes back to supply and demand. Probably a lot of people were trying to get them at the same time. I'm going to get a few just in case it retests again, but Alex brought up a good point. If it's affiliated with crypto, that might not be the play today. But I'm going to grab them. Because to me, this is not really bullish. It came back to retest. It looks like it's going to fail. Obviously, could hit VWAP and make a strong move up, but it fell below the 200 on the 1 minute, fell below the VWAP. 5 minute, similar story, kind of bounced off the 200, but it doesn't look very bullish. So I'm gonna give me some locates. Oh, yeah, the price did go down. So I'm just gonna sit on these. 14 bucks for 500 shares. I don't really want to waste 14 bucks, but I might use them here in a little bit. Oh, okay, back to the question. Do you have a specific float amount you are not willing to trade below? As I mature as a trader, Light, I'm starting to see why some people don't short tickers below a million float. I still do, but my size is smaller and I keep my eye on it. So I do not have a float size. I'm just like, nope, won't trade that. But going back to the reverse splits, that's what vape was. So vape, let me just pull it up. Gosh, and I'm saying gosh because I haven't really even like, I should have reflected on this. Is it even still trading under vape? I don't even know how to pull it up. But anyways, it recently did a reverse stock split, and the float, I think it was only like 300,000 shares. I might be misquoting, but the point is, I should have never traded that stock. So the reason why I say I should have never traded it, because I think it started out around like 30 or something. Vape is BNC now. Okay. Where was that move? PTSD looking at this. So look at this move, the 4 a.m. pop. It's a beautiful play, the 4 a.m. pop. And again, if we would have just held, we probably would have been fine. But the problem with holding is when it's a low float like this. So I played the initial pop, I think to like, then look at this. It was trading for $9. It got all the way up to, TradeZero showed it get up to $1.99 or $199. So massive, I mean, that's a 20x move. So the float on this was absolutely tiny. And then I started adding heavy right here because, okay, wick up, failed, red candle fell. So I added heavy here, and then this thing just blasted off. And that was just because it was low liquidity in the market at 4:30 to 5, very tiny float. So yeah, I should have avoided it. Once I don't trade $60 stocks. Once it gets up there, my entry criteria is 50 cents to about 20 bucks max. And I really don't like doing over 15 bucks, honestly. So again, another lesson I learned the hard way. So to answer your question, if it's under $1 million, I'm very, very cautious. I still play it, but very cautious. But as I mature as a trader, I might eliminate it less than $1 million at some point. Probably one more burn by a sub 1 million float, and I'll probably won't trade them anymore. Yeah, no, good month so far. And overall, the year still isn't bad. Like, I'm content where I'm at. Obviously, I had a yearly goal that was much higher than where I'm at now, but still a good year. The problem was I started off way too hot. By the end of February, I was already up 6 figures. I had a 61, and then a 42K month. And I thought that was going to be the momentum for the whole year. And then a few black swans have gotten me. So set me back. But again, it's trading. And for me, it's not the larger losses that get to me. It's my action that caused that large loss that gets to me. If I've taken a large loss, it's most likely because I had poor trade management. Yeah, it's usually poor trade management or poor ticker selection. Appreciate it, Alexandru. And I'm rooting for you, bro. I know you're new in you snuck into the circle group before we closed it off. I'm excited to see how your trading goes. Brandon Hughes, so do you swing shorts as well? Last year, I swung a lot. And when I say a lot, probably 2 to 3 times a week, I was in a position. And I'm actually in one now. I don't talk about these as much. I'm in MSOX. But I don't know if I would say it's a swing, more of an overnight hold. And honestly, it's probably a poor example because this is a leveraged ETF of cannabis companies. There is some news that cannabis might get legalized or reclassified or whatever. And historically, when you hear murmurs of that, MSOS and MSOX will pop, and then they'll immediately give it back. So I'm swinging this one. But to your point with like a vape, I don't do it as much this year. I don't. But usually my criteria is, especially after hour pops. So what was it? Let me do this one. GEVO. Is that the one that popped last night or yesterday afternoon? Yeah, so here's a perfect example. These are the ones I used to do a lot because after hour pops were usually my favorite to swing because you get this move typically at 4 a.m. and they set the overnight fees at 4 o'clock. So this one didn't pop until after 4 o'clock. Let's pull up the 1 minute because it looks like it popped right at 4, but it was actually right after 4. So they set the overnight borrow rate at 4 o'clock. And then if they pop after that, so usually the problem with swinging shorts is they, like let's say it gets bullish during the day, there's still a lot of shorts in it. So the overnight borrow fees are usually very expensive for shorts. But if they pop after hours and there wasn't a lot of short presence, the overnight fee is not very high. So if it pops after hours, you don't have to worry about an insane overnight fee usually. They usually play out like this. They'll usually flush. And then if GEVO doesn't get bullish, it'll probably just keep going down. So I was doing a lot of those last year. The problem with this is it's one of those things like it works until it doesn't work, maybe more like a play, because you can also swing plays that, obviously in the day looking bearish too. That's probably a better, something pops and then it's clearly on a bearish trend. The problem is if there's a lot of shorts in it, the overnight fees get expensive. The problem with something like this that ends the day bullish is I think probably 8 out of 10 times you'll probably get it right, but those 2 times you get it wrong, sometimes they do move hard against you. So I got, last year I looked at it actually, I was profitable with my swings, but not as profitable as I thought I was, mainly because the few that go against you, they kind of go against you pretty hard. But a better trade is something like, let's pull up BNC again. That's a good one. That ends the day bullish, they usually continue to be, ends the day bearish, they usually continue to be bearish. So like, for example, when BNC made that crazy move, you can clearly see it did pop the second day, which is kind of uncommon. It's usually, unless it's a multi-day runner, of course, it's usually a big, oh no, that's the same day. So yeah, that makes sense. So big move first day, and then usually they just kind of slowly fade. You know what I mean? So I've traded a lot of those last year, but again, this year I haven't been swinging much. I'm not really even sure why. So long story short, Brandon, last year, yes, this year, no. And this one, honestly, is not even that great of a setup, but I think it's going to flush today. I didn't post it in the circle group because it is very high risk, because if they would have, you know, if the administration would have went on an interview last night and said that they're going to legalize it in a week or 2 weeks or whatever, it could have went against me pretty hard. So I didn't want to share it with the group just in case it did. And I'm only in 300 shares, so it's about like a 3K position, nothing crazy. And the overnight fee was like $1 because it's a you know, a bigger ticker. But yeah, there's a lot of ways to make money shorting. A lot of ways. I've been talking a lot, so I'm gonna wait for 9 o'clock to see if any news pops. And until then, I'm gonna be quiet unless one of y'all have a question. Going back to your comments earlier, Alex, looking at ATNF, it's so appealing, but I see what you mean, that news press. ZeroPro launches institutional Ethereum accumulation strategy with 350 million in Ethereum and 238 in cash reserve. I could definitely see this being bullish if Ethereum's bullish. So weird, these crypto plays, either they run hard or they just completely flush. There's like no in between. So I expect ATNF will probably break new highs at market open, or it'll go back to where it started. But I'm betting more on probably stays pretty bullish. But the chart's not super bullish though. And honestly, I really like the chart. Like, this is clearly a level. So if it gets close to this again, this 577, which it's failed at 2 times, since I went ahead and got my shares, I'm going to play it, but very tight stop. Because and the reason why I say very tight stop is sometimes you got to let some of these play, but for this one, I'm not going to give it a lot of cushion to play. So I got an entry at 570. I just entered. Again, this is not a very high confidence play just because, I mean, it's a nice retest, but so there's a few things to be concerned about here. It's after 9 o'clock. So when stocks pick up and get a little bit more bullish after 9 o'clock, a lot of times they'll stay bullish. I've noticed my entry win rate goes down after 9 o'clock substantially. And that's because because I like playing the front side and the initial pops and all that. So they tend to stay bullish. There's more liquidity in the market, which makes sense. More people awake, more people active trading. 7 a.m. East Coast is, 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, depending on time zone differences on the other coast. So real quick, I only entered 200 shares. I'm very tiny, $1,000 position. And if this 5-minute candle closes above it, I'm going to get out, which it looks like it's going to. Kind of going back to what I was saying. So after 9 o'clock, if you see a perk up like this, and I haven't heard really anybody else talk about it, I'm out. But I haven't really talked about anybody, or I haven't heard a lot of people talk about this, but these, and even I know I have longs that are on this as well. Like there's a bunch of but one day when somebody admitted they were a long on my stream, they kind of just like watched to hear the inside of the shorts. If I was long, most of my entries would be after 9 o'clock, because I've just noticed a trend that, if something gets bullish at 7 a.m., it usually dies off. Something gets bullish at 8 a.m., it usually dies off. But if things get bullish after 8:30, especially 9 o'clock, they tend to stay bullish. So I'm out of this one. But if I was a long trader, and I take longs occasionally, but it would definitely be after 9, because they just seem to hold their gains. And the data, I have over 4,000 trades of data that I can analyze on my past trades, and it shows from 9 to 9:30, my win rate goes way, 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 way down. I'm long and often selling where you're selling. Nice. This one might be interesting. because it could, this one actually might not be a bad long. If ETH is breaking highs, it retests this level. You know what? I might actually take a long position on this thing. So if it goes up, comes back a little bit lower, if it gets back to like the 480s range, I'm going to take a long position on it and then just have a tight stop if it falls below it, because breaking through, it's going to test this level just to see if it bounces. I'll have a tight stop on it because, again, that's not where my advantage usually is. But with ETH breaking new highs, there's not a lot of things moving right now. I could almost see this thing just taking off. The pool of Wall Street. Oh, Lord. No, far from that. That's Ross Cameron. I'm in it, 491. Let's see if it let's see if it rages. Appreciate it, Zach, though. I appreciate that. Only entered 500 shares. Well, that's still a decent position for me. That's about 3K position. So bro, you know it's slow if I'm taking long positions. I try to buy dips like you buy tops. I've been working towards leaving orders sitting like you do down at lows, but it scares me. No, it takes a while to get used to. And being a long, I bet it is a little bit scary. Because it's scary with being a short too sometimes, but I'll just like place orders, and if it gets there, I'll enter. I don't know. Maybe scary is not the right word, but it's an acquired taste for sure. Because I notice a lot of people don't do that. Last year, I used to, and again, I don't know why I changed some of the things that were working last year. Let's say this was like regular hours. I used to do like, what are those orders called? OCO or OTO or something, where I would walk away. And like, let's say I would put an order at like 650, okay. And then immediately when it triggers that order, it triggers another order. So last year, a lot of the, I'm $200 on this thing so far, not bad. So let's see, I'm just gonna let it run. But so let me try this again. It's really hard for me to explain this. I don't know why. So it basically puts in two orders at once. So if a stock gets to this level, it'll initiate a sell order. And then I would also simultaneously like put an order like 703. So if it tested that level, I wouldn't do all the way 70, that's 50 cents. So let's say it was like 672 or something. I would put an order in for the retest right before the high a day. And then I would simultaneously put another stop order above it. So basically, I would look at my account sometimes and I would enter a trade and that thing would flush and I didn't even know about it. But then when I pull it up, I would see that, I did pretty good on that play. And then if it did go against me, I didn't have to monitor it because it would stop me out and I would just take a little loss. But the wins, if they flushed nicely, were pretty good. But I'm not doing that this much this year because you can't do that with mobile. TradeZero doesn't have that effect with that feature. And that's the real reason, because I didn't even do it that much last year because, again, I'm a mobile trader. and you need the TradeZero to do it. But it goes back to kind of the risk versus reward. The risk is small loss. The reward is, complete flush. So I might look into doing that more, to be honest. 650 huge ask if you're longing a TNF. Yeah, I am. Probably should have took profits already. Y'all talking all these long terms. I don't even know what y'all talking about. I'm just kidding. I know what a bull flag is, but it's funny that we're even conversing about this. But I feel like this could be a runner for sure. I'm gonna add 500 more shares if it gets down to maybe like 580s again. I'm gonna add 500 more. I could see this one ripping at market open. This is lame though. I want some good shorts. Now I'm basically back at break even. I should have took some profit. Yeah, it's funny you said that. I got an order sitting at 575 if it gets there. But I'm gonna play it into market open, see what happens. If it like flushes hard, I'm just gonna get out quick. Alexandru for a long position. Yeah, I'm in a long position. It's just a lot of things I like about it. Market's about to be open. There's nothing else super bullish right now, so this is going to get the money flow. ETH is breaking new high or is bullish, and that's what the news is based on. It's at a level I don't mind playing, a clear level to get out. So there's just a lot of reasons why this could run, and I could be wrong. It might just flush, but like I was saying earlier, I don't take long positions unless they're like obviously like, okay, there's a potential play here. So is it a good idea to bet on TLRY? I hope not, because MSOX, I'm in a short position on it, and it trades almost exactly like TLRY. Personally, this is my personal opinion. Usually these cannabis stocks, affiliated stocks, which I think TLRY is Canadian. Like it's so funny that that's the one that gets bullish when there's American legalization news. It's because American weed companies can't trade on NASDAQ. They got to trade on like OS or New York Exchange, whatever. They have to trade on OTC. So I think that's why they don't get as bullish or whatever. But my personal opinion, I could be wrong, not financial advice, is that it's going to go back to where it started. That's why I entered this short position. I could be wrong though, like I said, but historically you can see what usually happens with look at the daily. So when it pops, like here's some, like, oh, and it's trying to break above, well, it technically did, but historically, when this one pops, it usually gives it back pretty quick. You know, it never really just like sustains it. So you'll see it pop and then a flush, pop, flush, but it's not like an immediate, like same day flush. And sometimes it does get bullish. So like, look, sometimes it's a multi-day runner. So I honestly don't know. I'm betting on that we don't get any more cannabis legalization news anytime soon. And it kind of just goes back to where it started, but I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, because the company I work for would benefit greatly if we there was some legalization or declassification or reclassification of cannabis. And I support the industry too. I mean, I wouldn't be working in it if I didn't believe in it. So yeah, to answer your question, I have no idea, but historically they don't keep their gains. Zach, since you're a long trader, how do you see this one playing out? You think it's going to rip? I would love to hit my goal today with a long position. Or I shouldn't say goal, but like my 2K I usually aim for. Oh, I just saw your comment, Alex. Yeah, the bull flag at VWAP was probably the best spot, to be honest. I guess I should look at levels where this might rip to. So, oh, it's kind of in no man's land. Oh, okay. So, man, it's gotten all the way up to 18 bucks, 17 bucks. Jesus Christ. So I like that. That's even more bullish to me. This has a history of just making crazy moves. Wow. I wonder what that news was in October. I don't care enough to look it up, but it did make a crazy move. Think it'll wick down a time or two. Got it. Brandon Hughes. When long just think, what would Ross Cameron do? That's great. Move the position with his size and its following. I wonder if he's playing this one. Well, does he wrap up? He doesn't play market hours, does he? Somebody was telling me he's been a little off the last couple of weeks too. It's been a weird market for everyone, I think. He bought 20. Oh, he has bought 20K at 625. 20K shares, right? He buys it. I noticed that he buys at the top a lot too. But again, it kind of goes back to my theory. Yeah, I know, would have. But he makes some I don't know how many millions he's up this year, so he's killing it. I respect probably his hustle more than anything, what he's created. But I do think he's a good trader too. But Somehow I'm already in 1,000 shares. It never got down to 575. Oh, maybe it did. According to TradeZero, it got down to 577 or trading view, but my 575 got filled. I'll take it. Now my average is in the 580s, 1,000 shares. What a weird live stream. Do you trade with the mobile app, not the desktop? Yeah, I trade mobile. Unless I'm doing those orders I was talking about, the one cancels the other, or the one whatever it's called. I don't know. I don't think it's one cancels the other because that doesn't make sense. But the point is, yeah, I use mobile. The desk, I really do like the Pro though, the TradeZero Pro desktop. The few times I've used it, but I just like trading on my phone. I don't think there's a benefit to it though. I think it's probably better to trade on the apps. Kind of started because, like I said, trading's just used to be a very small part of my life. It's starting to be a bigger part of my life. So I used to just casually trade when I was visiting dispensaries or whatever. Because now at the company I'm in, I'm more in like I lead retail. So I lead, I'm over the dispensaries that we run in a few states. So I work remote now, but I used to be like a district manager. So I would visit all the stores and stuff. And that's kind of how I got into the mobile trading. But I think the app is probably better desktop. You just have a lot more options. I just have a hard time. Like like right now, if y'all could see me, I'm just like, it's so hard for me to sit in front of a computer this long. I'm just ready for 9:30 to get here, see what this move does, and then get off live stream. I mean, I enjoy doing these lives, but I can't deny sitting in front of a screen for 2.5 hours is not my favorite. Because I clock in at, well, quote unquote, clock in. I start working in 36 minutes, my day job. And I will be on the computer all day, usually. I'm holding 1,000 shares of ATNF, and I'm up right now $160 with a 585 entry. Now I'm up 200, but I'm a little bit heavier than I really wanted to be. But if it gets back up to this like 330 range, I'm gonna probably take like 500 off, and then just see if this thing rips. Did it XFOR? Man, now it's curling back up. Jeez. Might not be a bad entry though. EQ. Still getting a little pop? It did get a little pop. Retest. Looks like it might want to retest that level from yesterday. I'll pull it up. EQ. This one's interesting. This one, a few days ago, I played it. It was probably the best play of the day for me, honestly, because it flushed back so cleanly. But yeah, this isn't a bad play. This is the part I hate about being in a long position, though, is that now I'm like hyper focused on it, because if it goes against me, I want to get out pretty quick. EQ has earnings today. No, you don't need locates. Nope. To go long. And again, not financial advice. And guys, like, this thing could flush. I don't know what I'm doing going long. Like, but I just see a lot of things I like. So I'm going to just roll the dice. I'm only up like 600. And again, I don't mean it in like I know a lot of us wouldn't mind being up 600 today, but that's basically a fourth of my goal on the day usually. So not seeing much. I'm kind of forcing this, just being honest, but I see some things I like. So let's see. And again, kind of the moment of truth. We're at that level. The market's about to open. It might flush right here. Just want to be clear. Don't copy what I'm doing. I mean, if you like some of the things I'm saying, obviously, like, do you, but I just want to be clear. I'm pretty confident as a short seller. Going long, not so much, but I think there's a chance it could run. The problem is it could flush the VWAP, then make the move, and I'll be out then. Me being at 1,000 shares, I'm not going to hold all the way to VWAP. That'd be too big of a loss. So honestly, this level might be pretty key for me. This candle right here, if it gets under 572, I'll probably do it. Potentially re-enter at VWAP, but and I'm a week long. That's who they're trying to shake out. No, I'm glad y'all all are making those comments, because yeah, the first move a lot of times is usually a fake out move. Hopefully that was just the fake out move, but we'll see. Market opens in 1 minute. Being quiet, concentrating. This is so unnatural feeling for me in a long position. It's hilarious. Because it's just like short selling is so just second nature to me. Don't do it to me. The funny thing is I took 200 out already at like 615, but I'm still in 800 shares. ZenaXFOR. Oh Lord, did it raging? I'm still in this one. So I'm just going to set a stop on this one where I want to get out, and then I'm going to go trade the things I'm good at. Okay. That comment, Brandon, got me rolling, bro. That's a very, very good point. Ooh, I missed that, Zena. That was a beautiful retest. Jeez. Wow. Probably won't stay on too much longer, guys. For those of y'all that's in the circle group, I'll post alerts if I see any throughout the day. And by the way, we got some really good alerts yesterday. Remy, Carlos, Martin made money on all three of y'all's alerts yesterday, but I'm not seeing much I like now. I missed the move on Zena. If there's another retest, probably not a bad play. XFOR, I'm not sure what it wants to do, to be honest. And then, ATNF, instead of cutting, I added at, where did I add at? I added 500 more shares at 562. So that's where I'm at, guys. I want to see if this thing rips. I have a stop a little under VWAP. Probably too loose of a stop, because if it does hit it, it's going to wipe out my gains for the day. But not seeing much. So thank y'all for joining. It's a rough pre-market, that's for sure. Maybe there'll be some opportunities throughout the day. But on that note, thank y'all for hopping on, and let's hope ATNF rips. All right, see y'all.